Welcome to the Edu-Web Services channel. Be sure to subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscription button below so that you do not miss our weekly posts. Have you ever found using the apostrophe to be tricky? They certainly can be. This is because sometimes the apostrophe is used to show possession or ownership of something, and sometimes it is used to form contractions. That is, shortened forms of words. In this lesson, we will be looking at some rules we should follow when using the apostrophe to form possessive nouns. In a subsequent lesson, we will be looking at how contractions are formed. So we've established that apart from being used to form contractions, the apostrophe shows ownership, establishing what belongs to whom or what. With that said, let's go right into the first rule. When showing possession, in the case of a singular noun, we ought to add an apostrophe plus S at the end of the noun. Let's look at the examples given. The first sentence reads, the dog's leash. The dog's leash. The second sentence reads, the boy's books. The boy's books. And the third sentence reads, the planet's atmosphere. The planet's atmosphere. In each sentence, we are presented with singular nouns. Remember, nouns are names of persons, places, or things. If you have not yet looked at this lesson, be sure to check it out on our channel, the lesson on nouns, which will provide you with background information that will prove useful in this lesson. So each noun presented here is singular. So when we're given singular nouns, the rule is to add an apostrophe and S. There may be instances where you may be presented with nouns that are singular in number but end with S. How then do you apply the apostrophe? There have been many arguments about whether adding an apostrophe plus S at the end of such words is better than just simply adding the apostrophe by itself. No absolute approach to this situation has been established. Therefore, you can use either of the two approaches. The key point is to choose the one that best works for you and be consistent with it. In the examples given, we are presented with two variations in the use of the apostrophe. Note that each noun is singular, and we are presented with both proper and common nouns. In the first instance, or in the first scenario, the apostrophe is used by itself. In the second scenario, the apostrophe is used with the S. So either of the two options may apply. You decide which one is best for you, which one you're most comfortable using, and remember to be consistent with it. And now for the second rule. When showing possession for most plural nouns, and more specifically, plural nouns ending with S, you should only add an apostrophe. In the examples that we've been given, the first sentence reads, the boy's books. The second sentence reads, the actor's room. And the third sentence reads, the planet's atmosphere. In each sentence, we are presented with plural nouns ending with S. And as you can observe, in accordance with the rule, the apostrophe is simply added at the end. You will find that there are some plural nouns that do not end with S. They end with other letters. In such cases, you add the apostrophe plus S. In the three sentences given, you will recognize that there are plural nouns that do not end with S. And if you look closely, you will also recognize that the apostrophe and S has been added to those nouns, to each of those nouns, to show ownership. This brings us to the third rule. Unlike regular pronouns, personal pronouns show possession by themselves and therefore do not require the apostrophe. Here are some examples of personal possessive pronouns. Let's call them aloud. My, mine, his, her, and our. Your, yours, hers, its, ours, their, and theirs. It's important to note that none of these forms uses an apostrophe. For the fourth rule, we will look at joint possession. How do you go about showing joint possession? Let's say you're talking about something that belongs to two or more people. How then do you use the apostrophe? You do this simply by making the last name mentioned possessive. Let's look at the examples, shall we? In the first example, the sentence reads, Eleanor and Joseph's boat. Eleanor and Joseph's boat. So we're presented with two people owning the same thing. Eleanor and Joseph co-own the same boat. So we do not have to put an apostrophe S at the end of each name. We simply put it at the last name given. Eleanor and Joseph's boat. The second sentence reads, David, June, and Timothy's apartment. David, June, and Timothy's apartment. All three persons share the same apartment. So you will also observe that the apostrophe S has been added to the last name given. Now for the final rule we'll discuss. When you're talking about separate things that belong to different people, make all the names possessive. Let's jump right into the examples. Number 1, Eleanor's and Joseph's boat. Eleanor and Joseph's boat. In this scenario, unlike the previous scenario, Eleanor and Joseph each own a boat. So they're no longer sharing or they no longer co-own. Each of them owns a boat. Therefore, we add the apostrophe and S to each name. The second sentence reads, David's, June's, and Timothy's apartment. They are no longer sharing the same apartment. Each of them owns a different apartment. Hence, we put the apostrophe S at the end of each name. Do not forget to subscribe for more educational videos and be sure to look out for fresh content every Monday and Friday. To challenge what you have learned today, there is a worksheet at the link in the video description below. So have fun completing the exercises and see you next time.